All right. I know it sounds harsh, talking about former parents this way, but look, bottom line, you choose your example. You choose your consequences. I am just honest. I refuse to be dishonest. I love giving praise. I really do, and it's not something that I'm willing to do dishonestly, though. I learned that from Do As We Don't. The bad example of the Mormon church again, because it's just lip service. It's like, well, I encourage everybody. Your voice sucks. You don't practice, you don't prioritize things that are actually good for your voice, and so it doesn't sound good. I'm not going to tell you you do. I mean, it's just, like, don't just give compliments. I don't like trophy culture. I like earning. I like earning and maintaining. That is why I work as hard as I do to maintain worthiness, trustworthiness, so I can keep an open and vibrant heart. Yeah. I live what I teach. I don't teach. I live what I talk. That's better. I don't teach at all. I'm not going to. It's already been taught. I learn from the best. That's it, and it's super simple and super easy. The Atalassian Oath is basically Christ's teachings, but mandated through like the lens of the Hippocratic Oath, just because it was like, why is there no Hippocratic Oath for mental health? Because that would solve everything immediately too. Do no harm mentally. Give a shit about the words you're putting in somebody else. Make sure they're honest and respectful first. Yeah. Thanks, Hippocrates. Sorry it took so long. I don't, we have psychology. I graduated in psychology, but there's not a Hippocratic Oath for mental health. And they continue to get worse, and the DSM continues to get longer, and that's very telling, isn't it? What is the priority? So, the priority is a God before God. If God wants everybody to love and feel welcome and everything, the Atlassian Oath, it is God's will. Very concise. Choose life and choose love. And then there's a mental, emotional, and physical component of love each. I talk about it a lot. I'm going to for the rest of time. But that's it. They find joy in convolution. What I find joy in is finding complex things that are worth a fuck. You only find those in nature, typically. Because, I mean, even if you look at really complex, like, stories or songs or stuff, it's simple. It's built on fundamentals. It is not complicated. It can be broken down into base elements, binary. Yeah. I think binary. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Because simple is possible. If, I mean, look at the US legal system. It's the same thing. It's, we're going to make things hopelessly complicated so nobody stands a chance except for, well, who designed it? Oh, yeah, the people who want stuff more than, yeah, they actually work. Saw a video the other day on a news channel. Lawmaker sleeping on the job. This isn't like an office job, dude. This isn't fucking a call center. You get to make decisions that impact other people's lives. You need to give a fuck. You need to give the biggest fuck. I don't know the name. Some forgettable fuck. Some absolutely forgettable, tossable piece of shit that does not deserve to be there. Why was he given a chance? That is the real question that I have. Why was Trump even given a chance, Republican National Party? Why? How many actual deserving candidates are there? This is the best you can get. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So why did you choose him? Because you want to win. You want to win more than you love anything. You love winning more than absolutely anything. We like World War II not because of our contributions, but because we can claim we won. That is it. That's the only reason we still talk about it, because if you think about it, it's something called a world war. We need to stop talking about that shit. No way do we need to fucking glorify that shit, and we do. I can go downstairs at any point in time and my plantation owner father will be watching Hitler, his real god. He loves Hitler. And as a, son of a German who hates Nazis, who's taken out second Hitler, how do you think that makes my soul feel when I love and prefer him? I worship him. He is king. There's only one. It is him. Why are we looking at Hitler's kingdom? Why are we looking at slaughtering of the Jews in the face of the king of them? Because we love to win. And that is it. Some people look at Hitler and said, well, he was the real winner. How did he do it? And how could I do the same thing but today if I can't have concentration camps? If I can't do the overt stuff, how could I do the same thing but get away with it? Well, you keep talking about it. You keep watching it. You keep feasting on it. You keep savoring death. Now, I mean, I like barbecue, but like worshiping death? No, dude, I savor life. I am love. I choose to cherish. What does that mean? Do you know what it means to cherish something? It's precious. It's something that you are grateful for to a degree that is almost sacred. You want to protect that. You want that, not for yourself, but you want to understand it so deeply. You want to champion it. You want to exalt it. You want to feel every aspect of it. You want to integrate with it so much because it is so nourishing to your soul. That's what cherish really means. That's why I am also love. I am love, and I also choose to understand. I choose to understand things that are worth my time. How do I love this more? How can I love this more? How can I make sure that I am respectful to this? How can I make sure that I understand something and so I can try my best? An easy one for me, of course, is like learning an instrument. I play a lot. Well, 3 really. Bass, drums, and guitar. But the learning process is the same. It's the same curiosity. It's just what am I doing with this aspect of creation that I'm so drawn to, and how do I learn to love it more? How can I learn how to get the most out of it? How can I give the most into it too? It's both sides, right? It's understanding so we can get the most out of it and give the most out of it, cherish it the most, integrate with it so fully that we become it. There's nothing to understand in death. There's nothing. There is no wisdom. There is no, history repeats itself. Like I said in a video before earlier today, that never forget so we can always have power. Never forget so we can still oppress you. Never forget so we can learn how to do the same thing but better. Why would you use your choice like that when there is so much to savor that is actually nourishing? When I looked into Chernobyl, I intuitively knew that there was a big lesson there. Something that leaves that big of a mark. I thought it was worth looking at. And I was right. Because I solved war because of it. It's very easy. You ready? It's called learn to communicate. Be honest, be respectful. Does that sound familiar? I've been saying it a lot. Yeah, just be honest and be respectful. The reason Chernobyl happened If you look into it, if you actually read it and get to understand the story, is because people didn't communicate. There was assumed distrust. Like, distrust was assumed. And what is the best case scenario for that? If we assume that the other person is not trustworthy for no reason, like, that's the point. There's no valid reason. There's no precedent whatsoever. It is built on nothing. There's no foundation whatsoever. They just assume distrust. What is the actual best case scenario from that assumption, do you think? And it's not just Chernobyl. It doesn't have to have nuclear radiation involved. There doesn't have to be high stakes. Like, normal conversation. If you assume that this person, because of their color of their skin or their religion or their background, or because he's bald with green eyes, or wants to be called a name that's not on his birth certificate or driver's license, like, okay, what did I actually do, though, that warrants distrust? What did I actually do or not do to, yeah. When you assume distrust, there is no chance. See? That is best case scenario. Best case scenario is status quo at that point. Worst case scenario is you put somebody in a desperate situation they don't belong in and get a crime. Like I said in my short, if you stop creating desperate situations, we don't have crime. Maybe being needs first. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe this guy knows exactly what he's talking about, has been telling the truth about everything the entire time, and we are sleeping on world peace right now because y'all are fucking pussies to share. You're too afraid to look for yourself, figure it out, understand, and try. That is it. And that's really fucked up. Not just for me, like, fuck me. Like, I've solved it. It's done. Like, seriously, the second somebody digs deeper and sees, okay, okay, yeah, it's a real thing. So why is it day 3 now? I don't get it, and I never will. It's because of assumed distrust. Oh, well, he's an American. He can't love peace. Oh, he's an American. He can't love love. He doesn't even go to church. What's he doing talking about Christ? Christ never was in church. Did you not listen to the woman at the well story? Spirit and truth. He never gave a fuck. Church gave a fuck. That's why they kept him on the cross, so they can keep the power, so they can still oppress. It's the scarcity mindset. This person has nothing of value to me. That's the assumption. So nothing gets done, and it doesn't have a chance. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, like anything. Why did you want to leave that up to chance? I don't get it, and I'm very negatively affected by it. Look how many subscribers I have. I solved world peace. Past tense. Solved. We're sleeping on it. You are sleeping on it. Because you don't share, you don't listen, you don't try. Whoops.